Hello there, welcome to the news on Nepal television. My name is Rosina Rai, starting with the headlines. PM Dahal holds discussion with secretaries to make government's work education more effective to issue directive statement today. Unified Socialists still undecided over joining the government Politburo meeting to continue discussion today. Zelensky says Moscow aims to exhaust Ukraine with prolonged drone strikes. Remarks comes after Ukraine carried out a strike that killed Russian soldiers in Donbass. People injured. And Kathmandu Knights and Viratnagar Super Kings play reduced 9 overs match. Knights post at 93 runs target to the Super Kings. Welcome back. Now the news in details. Prime Minister Puspa Kamal Dahal is issuing a directive statement today in connection with government's work, education and performance. In this regard, PM Dahal held consultations with the government secretary for the first time on Monday and making the government's work effective after his appointment to the post of executive chief. Prime Minister's press coordinator Surya Kiran Sharma said that the Prime Minister listened to the secretary's statement on Monday and will give necessary directives today. Governance and providing services to the citizens in a smooth and accessible manner. The PM plans to make the works of especially the government offices, which see a large number of service keepers, prompt and efficient. Secretaries from the ministers from Home, Finance, Foreign Affairs, Physical Infrastructures, Culture and Tourism presented their reports before the Prime Minister, who is scheduled to give a directive-based statement today following the presentation by remaining secretaries and department chiefs today. The Politburo meeting of CPN Unified Socialists that began on Monday will continue today as well. The meeting, presided over by Party Chair Madhav Kumar Nepal, was adjourned. Some leaders are yet to express their views. CPN Unified Socialist Chair Madhav Kumar Nepal said the party would move ahead by keeping the interest of the nation and the people in the center. The party leader said the party does not follow the culture of the politics of accusation and counter-accusations. The meeting is expected to review the recent elections to the House of Representatives and the Province Assembly, discussing about the party's future policy and programs. The political committee meeting of Janata Samajwadi Party Nepal is to continue today as well. In the meeting of the political committee of Janata Samajwadi Party Nepal held Monday, a review was made regarding the current political situation and the results obtained by the party in the elections. The party's Federal Council Chair Ashok Rai presented a report on the current political situation. Views on the report presented by them, although it was said that it will be finalized by the meeting of the political committee that recommends the name of the ministers to be sent to the government. The matter was not included in Monday's meeting, although the party supports the government led by the chairman of the Maoist Center, Puspa Kamal Dahal. It has not made any decisions if it is joining the government. We have more national and international updates at the side. Do stay tuned. Time for a short break. Welcome back. You are on Nepal Television News. Now the remaining updates. Normal life across the country has been gripped owing to the plummeting temperature. Although Manang has not recorded snowfall yet this year, extreme cold has already hit the district. The cold has adversely affected daily life of locals. Owing to the cold weather in Nisyang Rural Municipality, Nine Tilicho Lake, Gangapura Lake, Ice Lake, Ponkar, Drona and other lakes are completely frozen. Tilicho, which is the highest place, is now frozen. The water of Marsangdi River is also frozen 20 degrees. Meanwhile, the daily life in Baque has become difficult due to the cold wave and thick fog. The temperature of Nepalganj is decreasing due to the thick fog in the morning and evening along with cold waves. Daily wage earners, students going to school and colleges in the morning are most affected. It is reported that the number of patients in the hospitals in Nepalganj has also increased due to the cold wave in the last few days. Similarly, in Rupandehi, Kapilvastu, Nawalparasi of Lumbini province, the cold has increased excessively. The hilly areas of the province and Tarai districts are blanketed with thick fog. After the cold, the daily activities of common people have started to be affected in Rupandehi also. After the increase in the number of patients, doctors have asked to be cautious. Says Russia is planning a protracted campaign over drone attacks in a bid to demoralize Ukraine. Volodymyr Zelensky said he had received intelligence reports suggesting that Moscow would launch the attacks using Iranian-made Shahed drones. It comes after Ukraine carried out a strike that it said killed hundreds of Russian troops in the Donbas region. In a rare admission of battlefield losses, Russia said the attack killed 63 of its troops. Speaking from Kiev in his nightly address, Zelensky said Russia planned to exhaust Ukraine with a prolonged wave of drone attacks. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro said he is willing to work to normalize relations with the U.S. On Sunday, he said that Venezuela is totally ready to take steps towards a process of normalization of diplomatic, consular and political relations with the current administration of the United States and with the administrations to come. Those remarks comes days after the South American country's opposition voted to dissolve an interim government led by Juan Guaido, who had been recognized by many countries, including the United States, as Venezuelans legitimate leader following disputed 2018 elections. We have more international headliners at the side. Time for a short break again. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. And now the remaining international headliners. 4 people have died after a media collision between 2 helicopters near SeaWorld and Australia's Gold Coast. Queensland police say initial investigations suggest the crash happened as one aircraft was taking off and the other was landing. Those who died were traveling in the same helicopter. 3 other passengers are in a critical condition. 5 of the 6 people on the other aircraft, which made an emergency landing, suffered minor injuries. The 2 aircraft came down near a tourist tribe known as Main Beach, about 75 kilometers south of Brisbane. As Beijing has been hit with a surging COVID-19 severe cases, many hospitals are actively allocating resources and adding beds while medical workers are working around the clock to treat severe cases and save lives. In Beijing, local health authorities have also opened fever clinics at temporary hospitals, stadiums and exhibition centers to offer medication for COVID-19 patients amid efforts to alleviate pressure on medical institutions. Meanwhile, China has finally caught up with monitoring wastewater as an early warning system for the coronavirus, a practice followed by some countries since early in the pandemic. A 4-year-old girl and a 9-year-old boy and 2 adults survived Monday after their car plunged off a northern California slide that's known for fatal wrecks. Officials said the Tesla sedan plummeted more than 250 feet from the highway and crashed into a rocky outcropping. It appears to have flipped a few times before landing on its wheel, which against the cliff just feet from the surf, crashes along Devil's Slide, a steep, rocky and winding coastal area about 24.14 kilometers south of San Francisco, rarely ends with survivors. On Monday, the victims were initially listed in a critical condition, but all four were conscious and alert when rescuers arrived. Officials are investigating what caused the Tesla to go off the highway in that spot. A triplet of tiger cubs, including 2 snow tiger cubs and 1 white Bengal tiger cub, made the public at Nantong Forest Safari Park in Nantong City, East China's Jiangsu province. The 3-month-old tiger cubs played with their keepers. The snow tiger, whose probability of occurrence is 100,000, is a rare variant of Bengal tiger. Officials of the zoo held an online naming activity to draw more attention to the rare and endangered species. Now there are 9 snow tigers in China, including the 2 cubs in our park occurs now. Two matches have been slated for today under the first edition of the franchise cricket tournament, Nepal T20 League, which is underway in Kathmandu. The match was due to begin at 9 a.m. at the cricket ground in Kirtipur. However, citing wet outfield, the match toss was done only at 10:30 a.m., thereby reducing the stipulated 20 overs match to just 9 in the first fixture that was delayed by 2 hours. Kathmandu won the toss and opted to bat first. It made a total of 92 runs in 9 overs, losing 5 of its wicket. In another match to kick off at 1 p.m., second placed defeated world number 3 Casper Ruud 6-4, 6-4 to book Italy's spot in Brisbane's City United Cup final on Tuesday. His victory in 86 minutes put Italy 3-0 against Norway, which was good enough for top spot in their group with 2 matches remaining in their time. Italy will play either Poland or Switzerland, who are locked at 1-1 ahead of Tuesday's clash between Herbert Hurkacz and Stan Wawrinka in Wednesday's City final at Pat Rafter Arena. Thousands of mourners have gathered to pay their respect to Brazil legend Pelé, who is lying in state at the ground of his former club Santos. The 3-time World Cup winner died at the Urbano Caldeira Stadium in Sao Paulo, with fans lining the streets to get inside the ground. The burial is expected to take place at the Memorial Necropoli Ecumenica in Santos on Tuesday, and will be attended by family only. Meanwhile, FIFA President Gianni Infantino, who attended the memorial, said FIFA is going to ask every country in the world to name one of their football stadiums with the name of Pelé. Brazil's government declared 3 days of national mourning after Pelé's death. We are almost at the end of this bulletin, but before we say goodbye, quick reminders of the headlines. PM Dahal holds a discussion. Unified Socialist is still undecided over joining the government. Politburo meeting to continue discussion today. Zelensky says Moscow aims to exhaust Ukraine with prolonged drone strikes. Remarks comes after Ukraine carried out strike that killed Russian soldiers in Donbass. Media collision between 2 helicopters in Australia's Gold Coast kills 4 people, several people injured. And Kathmandu Knights and Viratnagar Super Kings play reduced to 9 overs match, and Knights post a 93 runs target to the Super Kings. Well, this is all we have for this moment. Until our next bulletin, goodbye and namaste.